Manila, Philippines. 71-year-old President Donald Trump is holding up just fine as he nears the end of his grueling five-nation trip to Asia. And he wants you to know it. A lot of people said it's almost physically impossible for someone to go through 12 days, Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One during the sixth of his 8 flights to, from and around Asia. He was happy to report he's beaten the odds. Anybody that took the bet, pick up your money, okay? Trump's trip, the longest Far East itinerary for a president in a generation, was seen as test of stamina for a president with a strong aversion to long stretches away from his own bed. His age, combined with the demanding itinerary, 5 countries, 3 summits and a long string of ceremonies, dinners and meetings, had raised concerns Trump would grow grouchy and distracted. But aside from reviving questions about Russian election meddling in the 2016 election and weekend tweets taunting North Koreans Kim Jong-un with schoolyard jabs, Trump has largely stayed on message and been unusually engaged, according to his traveling companions. The dangers of getting out of sync are legend. President George H.W. Bush vomited and fainted at a state dinner in Tokyo in January 1992. Learning from past mistakes, the White House took steps to keep Trump relaxed and comfortable. He was gently encouraged to nap, though aides said it wasn't clear how much he'd actually slept. Staffers made sure he was able to watch American cable news on the road and that he could tweet even in China, where Twitter is banned for locals. They also worked to provide Trump, a notoriously picky eater, with acceptable foods as he ran the gauntlet of local cuisine at state dinners across Asia. They had help from Trump's hosts. For his first meal in Asia, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe served Trump a hamburger made with American beef. Chinese officials told White House counterparts that at the state dinner in Beijing, they'd served westernized versions of traditional dishes. Additionally, Trump tended to eat whenever he was on board Air Force One, where he had full run of the kitchen. There were a handful of moments when Trump appeared to drag, including during a lengthy interpretive hip-hop performance in Manila and an extended toast in Vietnam that left journalists yawning. Trump also looked somewhat sour as he sat around a table with Southeast Asian leaders in Manila, arms folded. The president also was very frustrated when his secret trip to the heavily fortified demilitarized zone between North and South Korea had to be scuttled due to fog, according to White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Though he eventually deferred to military aides and Secret Service personnel who said a DMZ landing would be too dangerous, Trump at one point declared they should make a go of it anyway and later loudly cursed that he was only 5 minutes from the border when Marine One had to turn back, according to 2 White House officials not authorized to speak publicly about private conversations. By and large, though, Trump appeared upbeat, reveling in the pomp and pageantry of lavish welcome ceremonies and state dinners. When a dinner in Vietnam dragged late, Trump waved off aides who tried to arrange an early exit. Aides said he didn't complain when he was seated near dignitaries who spoke little English. Trump mostly avoided gaffes, although he did struggle with a complicated cross-body handshake among summit leaders in Manila. And he remained attentive during lengthy diplomatic rituals, including an hour-plus tour of a museum in Beijing's Forbidden City. Trump did appear somewhat less enthused during the second half of the trip, when the grandeur of military parades and glitzy banquets gave way to glad-handing at summits. On at least 2 occasions leaving Da Nang and leaving Hanoi, Air Force One flew a circuit. British Speaker of the House of Commons John Bercow has doubled down on his assertion that US President Donald Trump should not be invited to speak before the UK Parliament. In Bercow's view, Trump's policies and rhetoric disqualify him from addressing British lawmakers in Westminster Hall. On November 8, Bercow reflected on his speech announcing Trump's invitation to Parliament in early 2017. The Commons Speaker stood by his rhetoric, The Independent reports.